On August 23rd, 2023, I got my braces off. It's a great day. As I go into the orthodontist, I'm sitting in the chair, and as they're taking my braces off, I'm thinking, braces are kind of like our spiritual lives. Now, let me explain a little bit for those of you that don't know much about braces, never had braces before. There's three main parts of braces, but we're going to put two together. We have the bracket, the square metal piece that goes on your tooth, and then you have the wire. That's one. Then we have the blue glue that goes under the bracket, connects the bracket to your tooth so that your teeth can shift. We'll have the blue glue be God. He's at the core of everything. He controls everything that happens. Then we have the bracket and the wire. Bracket and wire will be our interactions with God, us reading our Bible, us praying, us talking and being with the right friends that lead us to good biblical morals. Now let's put this into perspective. The brackets and the glue and the wire, they all come together to straighten your teeth out. Because our teeth are messed up, our lives are messed up. All of this stuff is used to form our lives into being straight. Now let's say that you eat an apple, because whenever you have braces, you're not supposed to eat certain foods a certain way. You're supposed to cut up the apple first. But say you don't cut up the apple first, you just bite right into it. Your bracket falls off, your wire breaks, you lose your connection with God. Let's say eating the apple is you sinning. You lose your connection with God, and that's because our sin separates us from God. When our bracket and wire pop off, our lives start to shift back to how they were before. Very slowly, they start to shift back to how they were before. And whenever we get our bracket back on and our wire fixed, we start reading our Bibles, hanging out with the same friends again, praying again. Our lives start to shift again, and they start to straighten out. Now, I see this description a lot in Galatians, where Paul is writing a letter to the Galatia church. He's helping them out with their lives with Christ. He's acting as the bracket and the wire. He's acting as that friend that is looking out for them, for their spiritual lives. And as we go through this text, we will see that Paul teaches us that we should treat others' journey with Christ as our own journey with Christ. Now, the part of Galatians I would like to go over is Galatians chapter 6, verses 1 through 2. It says this: "Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you may be tempted. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." Paul tells us that we should restore each other gently, that we should carry each other's burdens. We should look out for our brothers and sisters so that they don't fall off the track. We should help others with their walk with Christ. This situation reminds me a lot of Martin Luther King Jr. whenever he wrote the letter in Birmingham jail in Alabama. And this is what Martin Luther King Jr. had to say in his letter. It says this: "For years now, I've heard the word wait. It rings in the ear of every Negro with a piercing familiarity. This wait has almost always meant never." Let's relate this with our journey with Christ. We say, or we think all the time, whenever we see someone that doesn't know Jesus, we say, I'm not ready. Maybe I can talk to him next week, next month, next year. They'll still be around. Or maybe someone else will step up and tell them about Christ. And the word wait really becomes the word never. This is why I encourage you to find a brother or sister. Think of a brother or sister that may not know Jesus, or maybe you don't know, and pray for that person. I'd also like you to pray that it can give you confidence to talk about that person, about Jesus, because it can be scary sometimes. But pray for that person and for yourself and for their spiritual walk with Christ. But as you're thinking of someone, and before you write their name down, I would like you to remember what Paul teaches us in Galatians chapter 6, verses 1 through 2. Paul teaches us that we should treat others' journey with Christ as if it is our own journey with Christ.